call for other teams. So a lot of focus over on the side of Kingdom Esports. They shouldn't be in this position. Statistically, they should win out RSG, but RSG are fighting their way back.
Okay, that's definitely something that I messed up with the Excel sheet, because I have like Baxia at 106.25% pick ban, right?
Always remember that season 4 JPL with a diggy. Participation. Out of nowhere.
You participated so much, you participated in your own death and your own death of your teammates.
Okay, RSG finally banning out the Angela. Finally, Angela back in the pick ban ratio, and unfortunately won't be 100% anymore. With a Flying Cloud up and selected, and banning out the Franco. So a respect over the Hokies picks, as well as Lousy. Don't want to play with that anymore. You got a CC also wide open. RSG might choose to ban that out. Or even a respect over to the chip. I think the chip is a problem, but right now, onus is on RSG, their first pick.
Okay, so finally RSG realizes and like, hey, look, Angela is banning out. Let's ban Angela.
Oh, the YSS.
Okay, so right off the bat, okay, before that, we do have Kingdom Esports in second pick, second ban, RSG in first pick, first ban. Total out with the Kalia, Angela, Yusujin taken out, and in the meantime, we also do have the Baxia, Franco, and the CC taken away. First pick going on to the Lancelot. So I'm kind of surprised that they, maybe not too surprised, because PTBL actually plays a lot of Lancelots, and I think that this will be his 5th time of the season.
Hey, you know, if this is how you are potentially going to go out, this is the hero that you're going to pick, and RSG recognizes that. PTBL wants to get that Lancelot in his arms away from Yon to deny that, you know, that potential fast finger movement from the child prodigy, I would say. And of course, Gato and the Jusin snap picked right back up by Kingdom Esports. Typically, you want to throw over the Kimmy to RSG's side. Maybe even the Rock is wide open for their taking as well, but it might be a dissynergistic pick if the Lancelot is right there.
That is the Lapu. We haven't seen the Lapu for quite some time now. It's been leaked out for quite a lot because of the resurgence of Esmeralda, the Uranus as well. But regardless, we do not have any flex pick going on. This is very straightforward from the side of RSG. Grok over to the Roam and the Lapu over to the XP. Unless somehow they decided, hey, let's put the Lapu in the gold lane.
Precarious position. You have a lot of artillery mages that might be in question. Phobius gets that picked right back up. We totally forgot about that. That was always the first ban over the side of Kingdom Esports.
Oh, Harith needs to be banned out.
Harith needs to be banned out by RSG. Get a Kimmy. Might be the Farsa as well. I don't think the Eve will be able to do too much against the Jusin.
Eve against Jusin. Okay, at this point in time, Jusin plus Gatokacha has got pretty good wave clear. If you're looking at the Grog also can wave clear pretty darn effectively. So they can actually look out for a mid laner that doesn't necessarily have very good wave clear, but does very well in team fights. So what they are looking out for is mostly team fights, right? Yeah, mostly team fights. A little bit of front to back. A little bit more to front to back, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way.
Akai,
they can dive too.
Akai would be a good pick for Kingdom Esports unless RSG bans that out. That is one of Yon's comfort picks as well if we're going to the jungles. But it will be the Ling, so that is 3 jungle bans over the side of RSG, just denying Yon of anything at all.
Okay, they didn't ban the Harith. That's a big surprise. But I do think that RSG might want to play a little bit more towards the dive portion. Because at this point in time, 3 of these heroes that's picked by RSG is very committal. They can definitely still leave it out in the open. They can kind of still, you know, kind of work their ways around it. But we'll just leave it to them. Joy, okay.
Next best choice for the Assassins. I think for Yon, he really wants to go on this Assassins. Much more comfortable with it anyways. Now,
RSG could take Harif as well, to be honest.
they could go for double fighter side lanes again. Bane gold lane might work too, just to disrupt that Joy. You could go for the Ruby gold lane. It kind of works both ways. At least you have some secondary damage from the Lancelot as well. But you're losing out on a lot of range. And speaking of range, I think Barca might be a good option here, but they're going back to basics, going traditional a little bit. And the Zetian makes her appearance up in the penultimate game between RSG and KE.
Okay, so now going up against a Granger, naturally when we see Granger, we are thinking, okay, one of the other heroes that is really good against him is Irithel. Irithel is pretty okay, but if they want to play kind of area denial, which is something that seems to be the MO for KE, then Harif should be the way. You drop down your Zaman Force, you generally still is going to do a very good job throughout the entire fight because you're constantly just keeping the opponents inside of the fighting box.
Okay, solidifying the last pick will be the Moskov. A little bit of a late game potential for Kingdom Esports. Statistically, Moskov has been doing well. I think the only one that has really good win rates and really good stats on this is Vanix. From the side of Flash, but for Kingdom, I think they're comfortable with it. Grant wants to play a sort of a late game potential. You got the Flying Cloud to get you into the map much faster as well. Granger's definitely going to win out that gold lane. You got the Zetian action as well. So you got a little bit of a area denial onto the ultimate as well as vision play if you are RSG. I like both drafts. I'm favoring RSG's a little bit more just because of the early game potential that they have.
I'm kind of impartial about this, to be fairly honest. Kingdom Esports lineup, I think is pretty okay, but I think that Harif would have done a lot better job in this role. Yes, that would mean that it's a lot of magical damage coming in from their side, but I still think that it will work in a team fight oriented thing way better. But regardless, on the other side, for the side of RSG, they have very good information gathering from the Zetian, very good lane pressure coming in from the Lapu Lapu once he reaches level 4. It kind of goes tit for tat against the Phobia, so they should be relatively skill reliant.
The bottom side, a little bit of a trade. Grant healing everything back up. Ashe as well. Kingdom Esports will take it slow this time around. But they do have a little bit more early game damage and fast mid lane clearance with the Gato and the Jusin combo. And if Kingdom Esports wants to utilize this, they could go for the aggressive.
As they slowly get themselves in a better spot, I think the Kingdom generally is the one that have got a lot more lane priority. Moskov is pretty annoying in lane, especially if they kind of have the Inspire, but it doesn't have that. But in the meantime, Gatakacha plus Jusin, very fast wave clear. They put a Zetian as well as a Grog, actually kind of bumps up their wave clear even more, so they're kind of equal in mid.
Well, last game of this series, and RSG Singapore Kingdom Esports, they don't want to make any more mistakes. Lawsy trapped over the wall, getting pulled back, able to get taunted down and pulling Hoki a little bit too far in front. This Phantom Execution onto Lawsy, a little bit of a damage testing by PTBL, but always safe, always fine.
Shouldn't be too big of a problem. Turtle's going to be coming up right about 10 seconds in. Top lane having a little bit of problem, but hey, we're talking about Lapu. It's almost at level 4, so he's not going to get too big of a problem.
Denying that level 4 away from Taurus and starting things off. Lawsy pulling the turtle towards him. Hoki is there. Lawsy's already half health, taking a lot of damage from the turtle as well. Unable to get that reset. Ashe gonna find his way back into the lane. Grant still doesn't have that level 4, so might not be able to seal that deal. And it's a very slow-paced game this time around, but you know, I don't blame them. It's a really tough matchup, especially for both teams. Pretty late game for both sides. Lawsy getting pulled back, Phantom Execution finds his mark, but Lawsy will stay safe. That's him with the full ultimate, giving a little bit of a stun over to Kingdom Esports, but they take down 2 in the process. Hoke and Murphy falls, and next to go will be Taurus. That's 3-0. And Kingdom Esports will snap, take that turtle up.
Very high stakes match, and I can understand that both teams will be a tad bit reserved in making choices because they could very potentially make the wrong choice and boom, they lose all their lead or they lose the early game. Just like that though, Kingdom Esports managed to get 3 kills, no death. for themselves, and also the turtle effectively just steamrolling them to 1.8 thousand gold lead. Most of the gold actually went over to Yon, which is actually a really good thing, allowing Yon to get a little bit more of that snowball factor.
Just a little bit of a fun fact for all of you. Zetian's Fury of the Phoenix, the ultimate, was actually a part and parcel of Yi Sun-shin's previous ultimate, and that's why they had to get it reworked and changed out with the Molten Shocker. So I really like the fact that they added the little stun right there, but hold on a second right here. Yon really deep in, that's the Rhythm of Joy, able to take that out, and Joy is out of there. It's a drive-by, if I could say so myself. Fear of Phoenix locks him in place, unable to dash out of there. Both the jungles fall as Yon still 3-1-1. A great game start so far, even though he lost his life.
Oh, this is actually kind of surprising for Yon to kind of stand there, because he does have got Temporal Rain and he popped off his ultimate. So generally he should have got his dash off cooldown by the end of it. So he should have some seconds, or rather like maybe 0.5 seconds to kind of respond and dash out of there. But he kind of took everything. I think that he underestimated the damage of RSG.
I think they weren't expecting that the wall will come out from Hoki just to block Yon from in place. He does have the Temporal Rain though, so his dashes will come up as soon as his ultimate ends. But it was all a timing issue from the side of Kingdom Esports. 19 seconds until the turtle spawns up. This is the second turtle of the game. And I think Kingdom Esports does have an upper hand on this turtle take in terms of zone potential, in terms of backup from the SOD with Ren down the bottom side too. Oh, stolen away the orange buff. So Yon still up ahead in terms of economy, in terms of levels towards PTBL.
A full 2 levels ahead at this point in time. Very potentially just 1 levels once PTBL gets another creep, or maybe just let the timer run out.
A little bit of a 1-to-1 boxing matchup on the top side. Nothing to worry about. I don't think both these two EXP laners will be forcing and committing any of these issues. You got PTBL easily taking down this turtle. Yon's a little bit too far behind as the Fury of the Phoenix already utilized, but not a lot of damage done. AOG will stop Hoki in their tracks, and Lowsy sacrificing himself for a big play down for RSG Singapore.
So at least 2-4. Kingdom lost a bit of momentum, but it's totally fine because now they have gotten, once again, another turret down in the bottom. And, or not say another, but with the first turret down in the bottom lane, allowing them to get a little bit more aggressive all across the map, right? The next one is going to be top lane and the middle lane. Once the top lane is done, we can pretty much expect Kingdom to play as 5 real soon. And we'll see the potential that they can bring to this fight.
Oh, good stun up onto Yon. We'll be able to dash, bob, and weave out of there. The wall is built up. Taurus is still alive. But here comes Drinsanity, able to get that jump in. No backup whatsoever, though, as Drinsanity able to walk out, but losing Yon in the process.
Well, that's unfortunate. Didn't really, I think he didn't quite expect the amount of damage reduction plus the shields that Taurus was able to get right after the enhanced basic attack. It's really unfortunate for Kingdom Esports, especially for Drinsanity. Fovis is not someone that has a lot of burst damage, he just deals good damage over time. The more people clump together, the more you'll be able to get the Astro's eye onto people and more slam dunks.
Nice little Crimson Beacon just to get away from Lawsy, but there's the Fury of the Phoenix, locking 5 into place. Hoki will lose his life, but RSG Singapore is starting to warm up. They're starting to get the groove of this game. Kingdom Esports can't have that extended lead that they had in the previous 2 games anymore.
Yep, not exactly gassing out yet though for Kingdom Esports. I think they just have a little bit of a rougher footing in this middle slash early slash mid stages of the game. They can definitely come back though. As we look at the items, we already have got the Antiquaras being bought by Drinsanity. Very rushful for the Antiquaras. I think that's still pretty okay because of PTBL and Taurus. And Ash, actually.
Good eye.
And Hoki. So yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, Antiquaras totally fine.
I think it's the damage reduction, especially for, you know, a lot of the high damage dealers on the top side. Though, that's a nice kill. Grant finds Ash on the top side, helped out by Yon. But they're losing out this turtle. I don't think they care. This demonic force down from Drinsanity to push everyone away. Buying time for Yon to get into position. Does have the Rhythm of Joy. Just came back up as Kingdom Esports are taking control back.
Now that its third turtle has expired, the Lord will now be spawned at 8 minutes and 5 seconds. That pretty much means that either one of these teams can actually summon the Lord very early. But does any of these teams actually want to have an early Lord? Not particularly, because we don't have a massive lead off of one side. This Lord can definitely help them conquer some more of these outer turrets though.
Good damage onto Ash. Unable to finish the job though, but able to push him away before the Lord actually comes into fruition. PTBL utilizing defensive execution, get out of the way. The Spear of the Phoenix, locking 3 into place. You've got Grant also on the top side. They know where he is right now, but Yon doesn't have the Rhythm of Joy, doesn't have that backup damage. Insanity just jumping all over RSG, and that's the power of the Phoveus.
As long as they have got good aerial denial, they generally will be able to win in these Lord fights. Because the fights always just drags on for so long. And that is the power of Phoveus. The longer the Phoveus stays alive, the more damage he'll be able to do with the demonic force. Time and time and time again. Don't underestimate the power of the monolith that is just casually swinging around and dragging around. That thing probably weighs a few tons.
Yeah, it weighs like a small car or something.
A small car is probably still a few tons, right?
Fair.
I have no idea actually. How much is ton? I don't know. I'm not American.
I actually like this. 1 ton. I think it's 1,000. Is it 1,000 kilograms or something like that?
Oh, there's no way.
Oh, top side though. PTBL finding himself in a one-on-one against Grand. SOD goes wide, unable to finish the job, able to clear out that wave. And Kingdom Esports finds himself in a better position contest for this Lord, as they are forcing PTBL back into the base. But it's still Flying Cloud in a way he can get in position anytime he wants.
How much kg is in a ton?
We're still on that.
907.185 kilograms specifically.
I'm like a roundup kind of guy. That's why I was like, okay, 45 minutes instead of 43.33.
So it's 900 kilograms.
Hold on a second right here. This Lantern pulling PTBL back.
Okay.
That is the high frames. Saving for just a little bit before he goes down. It's a free and easy Lord over to Kingdom Esports if they want a contest. No more jungle for RSG.
Yep. As such, they for the Kingdom Esports, they have also managed to take down quite a bit of these outer turrets. As this is just what a Moskov can bring onto the board, right? A lot of cross-map plays that we can expect with great amount of sustainability. I wouldn't even call sustainability, but it's more of like self-sustaining abilities. Wait, they're the same thing. But
actually, I do like this Zetian pick.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, the Fear of the Phoenix causes a lot of harm, a lot of vision play. That's the utility that RSG needs. The Spear of Destruction already lands down in the jungle. The Fear of the Phoenix will lock everyone into place just for a little bit onto the Tectonic Charge. Jumps Lalzi up on the way, and over the wall he goes. RSG will be able to touch them and go, but a lot of core resources already wasted for RSG.
It was a quick defense though, coming from RSG. They understand that, okay, our T1 turret in the middle lane is super important. So now we got that. We have that still for now. But with the Lord that's going to be marching in the top lanes, that's potentially going to be threatening top lane, because even the Holy Defense is gone. RSG, they have to move back home. They have to defend it. As such, the byproduct is going to be the T1 turret in the middle lane, no matter how you see it.
You know, we always talk about the modus operandi of RSG, and it's always that late game potential that Ash brings. But Kingdom Esports, they have that same lead that they had for the past 2 games. They're pushing it through, trying to block Drinsanity as well as Lalzi away. Quick work with the Lord, RSG back in position.
It does seem like they are just kind of chilling in the opponent's jungle. Didn't really quite manage to force out something in the middle lane, which is kind of a pity. But here we have Taurus going in.
There's Fear of the Phoenix, there's a wall, and Tectonic Charge onto 2, but not enough follow-up, not enough range the RSG has. Over Hoki, will lose his life. That's a worthy sacrifice. The bottom side as well, Yon busy taking down the T2s. No more T3 on the top side. It's wide and open. That's a nice little entrance if Grant wants to go for a backdoor.
Okay, a little bit of blindsided play from RSG. They were too focused in trying to rotate themselves in great hopes that they will be able to protect every single one of their turrets. A little bit too greedy though, not trying to give a couple of trades to ensure that they keep their inhibitor turrets. As such, they actually lost the T1. In fact, they lost all. The ones that they tried to protect. T1 and T3 up in the top lane.
Here comes the Flying Cloud. Hoki already back in position. You're playing a 4-1 composition protecting Grant from harm. But what boggles my mind is, you know, you're playing a Granger up against a Moskov. You should be able to win out the early game lane. But it kind of seems like for RSG, oh, hold on a second, as the Rhythm of Joy putting a lot of output damage. That's a Tectonic Charge. Yon taking him down. That's 30 seconds that he's not going to get back. Might be able to make a beeline towards that Lord to make a comeback play again. A lot of resources already used up, though.
Very good layering of these crowd controls down onto Yon time and time again. There was no trades for Yon, which is really unfortunate. On the other hand, RSG, they can definitely make a beeline over to the Lord, but there is only like 10 seconds left until Yon eventually pops up, which I think that Kingdom Esports can do a very good job in trying to drag out this fight a little bit longer, just so that Joy can come back in just in time for that single retribution bite.
I'm going to try to force that situation. Malefic Gun, that's power spike by Grant. You have a little bit more range to play with. You got Murphy trying to zone everyone out the way. Tectonic Charge still not in arm. You got the backside. Taurus starting with the bravest fighter. Down low. That's what he goes wide. PTBL secures that Lord. If you're the Phoenix, will stop everyone in place, giving a little bit more vision. Down goes FMM. Ash will hit the charge, and Grinsanity will take him out before he goes down as well. No, Ash is still alive, and he's still hitting from that back. That is the comeback lane that RSG is waiting for. Lord marching up on that top side.
Damn, what a comeback! RSG now will start to reclaim a little bit more of the lost real estate across the map. They do have got a very difficult time in the top lane, and fortunately for them, the top lane is also happens to be the one that they cracked more turrets off. So now the Lord is making his own way up to the top side, relieving RSG of so much of that pressure. This way, they can bring down the T1 in the middle and the bottom lane and try to just kind of get themselves right back afloat.
A slow little push of the lane synchronized, but it is still the second Lord of the game so far. Yon's going to make quick work of that one. You still have the Fear of the Phoenix just to give you a little bit more vision play if you so very wish to. Yon is trying to get that stomp in, barely misses the Fear of the Phoenix, able to dash weave Bob out of the way. You got the Rhythm of Joy, does not do enough damage. Here comes the SOD, and here comes Grant with a lot of spear damage. Buying time for Kingdom Esports to come into play. Down goes Murphy though, but you don't really need the Zetian to output that damage that you need.
Technically, they managed to make do with what they have lost. I think that Yon is going a little bit too overzealous.
It's a risky deep play that he shouldn't have made.
Honestly, I think he's tilted.
I think so.
I think he's tilted.
Not being able to get all his 3 assassins right now, situated on Join's like, oh my gosh. I could have been doing so much better if I had the lance instead of you.
It's really unfortunate, to be fairly honest. But I hope that Kingdom will be able to come back from this. The Tectonic Charge gets himself right out of there. And of course, Certain coming in. He do have got a very good global stun. Remember that.
Great passive play, very defensive, taking a little atomizations, abstract. It's late game territory that we're talking about once again. It's
anyone's game.
It's very RSG, right? They like to play towards this 17-minute, 18-minute kind of games.
Yep.
They like to wait till Ash really comes online, protect Ash with their life. It's already full build. You got the BOD, pretty much selling that tough boots and getting a little bit more damage online for RSG as well. On the top side, though, we're starting things off. Lawsy taunting Hoki, and Hoki no way of escape. You got the Tectonic Charge just in the nick of time once again to get out of the way, and RSG is a push and pull. Lawsy goes back in, blocks by that wall, able to get out and jumps over the wall to keep himself safe. Kingdom Esports still up ahead.
But RSG, they still lost their real estate though. They are currently forced back into their base once again as Kingdom Esports is just relentless onto RSG. No matter what, they're just going to be sending them right back home. And it's all very timely also because of the fact that the Lord is up. Now, Yon, please don't make the same mistake again. He's just going to go solo in onto the Lord, being able to pop off when it comes down to Rhythm of Joy. So at least for now, Ultimate is on cooldown. It's more of a zonal play.
You got a passive already popped by Murphy. That's going to be a 120-second cooldown timer for that bubble that she has. And Yon just barely waiting for that Rhythm of Joy to come back online. The only issue with RSG that I foresee is they're playing a 4-1 composition. They really need Lance to come into these major objectives, but right now he's busy settling the side lanes. And because Grant is so mobile, he can be in the side lanes, he can just hunker down right there, join the team fights with the SOD. If not, he can just push it down all the way and open up that back door.
Yep, they are able to kind of clear the wave really fast, and they can also sort of set up a slow push up in the top lane. So they actually don't have to worry too much about a naturally winning lane. They would definitely and always have it. So they actually don't need Grunt to kind of linger up in top lane for so long. He can actually join into the fight and kind of force a move from RSG eventually.
Lord down low, they want to try to get a reset. Yon's already in position, that's a Ring of Joy. Kingdom Esports might be able to secure this one. PTBL is just right in the corner. He's going to use the Phantom Execution, he's going to wait for the right time. AOG just to stop everyone and tracks. PTBL secures the Lord once again. As Grant is taking a huge brunt of damage, trying to get that push out the way. Got SOD onto Murphy. Ash actually able to use that Winter Crown, and I think it's all over. Ash goes down, and Kingdom Esports might be able to push that situation.
Yep. Okay, even though RSG managed to get them their own Lord, with only PTBL as well as Murphy remaining, this is going to be a very difficult push down from the side of Kingdom Esports. They can't just kind of ignore the Lord as a matter of fact, because they will just rush right in.
Oh, that's the iframes coming through. Defensive execution won't be enough. That's a wipeout. Kingdom Esports makes it through to the lower bracket finals.
This is a tough game. This is a very tough game that is, oh man, literally teetering on a breaking point. In the end of the day, Kingdom Esports still holds themselves.
He showed up this time. 4-0-4, error not found. GPM 8-0-3, and got 50% kill participation, but doesn't really matter. He's taking down turrets, he's taking down names, he's always showing up in the right time and right place.
So ultimately, this is definitely a really tough game for Kingdom, even for themselves, right? Because this is a very long-winded game. But despite that, right, Moskov didn't die a single time.
Yeah.
He's mostly been playing, doing those cross-map plays, and all the way at the top lane, they were all destroyed and they were all set up from Grant himself.
Yeah, we're moving over to one more game, and Kingdom Esports really has to, you know, we'll need to get them to get a reset, because after RSG, statistically speaking, we had Kings actually taking down RSG on a 2-0 victory. Kingdom Esports lost one game over to RSG. This creates so much, dismay for Kingdom Esports. If they're suffering a little bit onto RSG, how will they fare against the Kings? It will be the Kings versus the Kingdom, and it's sort of like a deja vu.
Sorry, excuse me, what?
Season 9.
Kingdom?
The Kingdom.
Kingdom. Like, wait, what?
The King versus Kingdoms. The medieval theme never ends today, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it will forever stick with us here in the Mobile Legends backpack, right? No matter what, it will always be about the Kingdom. It was about the Empire. The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
we also got the Kingdom fans in Indonesia as well.
Yep, Indonesia.
RRQ. Everyone likes the Kingdom name. It's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. It has that say. You know.
It has got the pizzazz.
It's got the aura. It's got the hype. But hopefully they bring the hype in the next game, and we're just looking forward to that one. Props and credit where credit's due. RSG played a heck of a game. It was by no means an easy walkover for Kingdom, and we respect and we appreciate all of that. So thank you very much for joining us, especially for an all-rookie team. This is RSG version 4.0 really signing off.
Well, we can always grieve in the loss of RSG in MPL SG, but we can always celebrate the victory of another, where Kingdom Esports now makes their way over to lower bracket finals, where they once again stand another chance with another team that they don't have the opportunity to fight with yet throughout the entirety of today.
Again, this is another theme that we want to talk about. This is Assassin versus Assassin, the Child Prodigy versus the one that fans are all applauding over on the stream. Yahiko versus Yon, the Wyatt versus the Wise. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's going to be a very interesting kind of play that we see. But before we